Hello, it is The World According to Ali, episode 20. It is Sunday the 22nd of May, and yeah, to be honest, only one question got put up, which is a bit sad, but never mind. I've got a couple more questions actually, so it's alright, I can answer them. So, question 1 from Emma Markham. Why do things that are bad for you, like chocolate, cream cakes, crisps, Haribos, biscuits, etc., are you sure you wanted to put etc.? You could have just kept going. Taste so good. And healthy shit, like fruit and veg, tastes bland and nasty. Deary me. This is quite a... quite a loaded question really, but it's interesting because like in my own diet I eat loads of fruit and I eat loads of veg, right, and I genuinely enjoy it. I love eating my veg and I love eating my fruit, and it's interesting the wording of the question, healthy shit like fruit and veg. The thing is a lot of stuff that is junk food is, especially with fruit, is flavoured on fruit, right? So how is it the fruit can taste bland and nasty? Strawberries, they're amazing. Bananas, they're amazing. You know, like, you know, apples, pears, just, oh my god, they all taste amazing. I mean, vegetables don't have that sweet kick that fruit does, but vegetables have their own rich taste, you know. But I think one of the things here is that the bland thing, right, is that if you're used to eating processed food has loads of added salt, loads of added sugar, loads of added flavouring. And I think if that is a staple of your diet, you aren't going to get the best out of more natural foods, right? Because your taste buds have been a bit hammered, to be honest. And another aspect of it is I don't think a lot of junk food does actually taste that good. What it is there's much more of a reaction than the taste, you know. Yeah, some of it, don't get me wrong, but tastes good. But this goes back to a very simple thing that they looked at, was that almost all of these processed foods, junk foods, they have a bit more of an addictive quality than natural foods because they have refined sugar and fat together, which generally doesn't exist in natural foods. Natural foods are either high in sugar, high in fat, or neither. Whereas most processed foods, if they're high in fat, they have added sugar. If they, you know, have added sugar, they have added fat and whatever. I know what I meant. But usually they combine together, and it seems to be that combination makes you go a bit doolally and makes you crave them and makes you think that they're more amazing than they are. And then, of course, with all of that processed, you know, flavourings and salt and all this and that, it hammers your taste buds. So then when you eat something that actually hasn't got all that stuff in it, you think, my God, I can't taste it. It's like anything that, you know, any receptor in your body, when overstimulated, basically becomes dull. So then if you want to get your taste buds back, guess what? You need to abstain from that shit. And I don't mean the healthy shit, I mean the processed shit, and not eat it on a regular basis and eat healthy stuff. And if you're older than, say, 3 or 4 years old, you should probably start taking some fucking responsibility and eat your healthy shit. Make that a regular part of your life, no matter what, okay? And wean yourself off the processed shit that is destroying your taste buds. And not just your taste buds, it's destroying your health. It's destroying, you know, everything, your physique, you name it, right? So yeah, that's why. So an interesting question, but also shows your mindset, which a lot of people agree with. And, you know, if I had my way, kids wouldn't have any access to this processed shit until they're a lot older. But as it is, they get dumped on processed shit really early on, and lo and behold, little kids that shouldn't be, you know, able to detect this go, I don't like vegetables. And it's like, how the hell do you know? You're 2. You should know that, you know, you should not even know. You should eat what's put in front of you. But no, I don't like that. That's green or whatever. strange, but I think that's it, you know. Anyway, yeah, cool. Right, question 2, which is one that was asked to me in person verbally by James Alger, right, was, does music in the gym, or the type of music, make a difference? And the answer is yes, it does. It makes a massive difference, actually, because the thing about music, right, is that it's something that directly affects your emotional state. Now, your emotional state isn't just a wishy-washy thing, you know, of whether being happy or sad or whatever. It's got serious, you know, chemical repercussions with your body. So your emotional state, your mood, and all this sort of stuff, right, can have quite an effect, you know, hormonally, all sorts of stuff going on, which can then have an effect physiologically, right? And your state of motivation will often dictate a lot within a training session. And yeah, music's a big deal. So, you know, if music, to me, I think that for training, the most optimal state to be in is like happy but aggressive, if that makes sense. So not happy and relaxed, or happy and content, or, you know, aggressive and angry, because, you know, some of them will make you chill out too much, and you know, if you're too far the other way, then you know, you might do yourself a disservice. So I think happily aggressive, or aggressively happy, whichever way around you want to put it, I think that's, like, certainly for me, the optimal state. And music can help put you in that optimal state, you know, because music is something that, you know, kicks in at an emotional level. Even if it's a superficial emotional, you know, we're not talking like fucking Coldplay, and you walk in and start crying. But, you know, just having that sort of buoyant energy, right, can help you just be in a positive place. Because the thing is with training's hard. And especially if you're training to actually make a difference on your body, that shit is hard and that shit is tough. So if you go into the mindset of, excuse me, training's hard, but I'm in a really good mood and I want to attack it and I love it and all that sort of stuff, but with a smile on your face, I generally think you'll have the best session you can that day. So yeah, music has a big deal, and the type of music, you know, emotional state, and then what you gain out of that emotional state, because emotional state will change everything in terms of context of the action that you do. And this is not just true for training, but for all things, you know. And yeah, it is a big deal. Anyway, that was simple. Okay, question 3. Sort of a question. Something popped up on my Facebook. This guy called John Burke. Now, I've never heard of him before. He seems to be like, I'm not sure if big deal is the right terminology, but he seems to have like a big online presence in America. He's a personal trainer, but I think he's one of those personal trainers that sort of now, like, other people know who he is. And he went to Body Power, right? And he did a review of Body Power in this video. And I've got to say, I like the guy. You know, I like his, you know, his passion, and, you know, the way he presents himself, and he seems pretty straightforward. Whether that's just an online persona or not, I don't know, but, you know, he seemed pretty sincere. Anyway, this guy, John Burke, right, he, I don't think he liked Body Power. Oh, fucking hell. Because his video was just like, oh my god, it's all just fucking sex, right? And so his thing is the fitness industry becoming overly sexualized, right? So that's the question, right? Is the fitness industry becoming overly sexualized, right? And do you know what? It's always been that way, you know. I think, I mean, you know, if you go back and back and back and back, you know, physique stuff has always been sexualized, you know. Because at the end of the day, our physique is like a marker of, you know, our genetic prosperity, I guess you could say. And if we look buff and we look strong and we look, you know, like we can do stuff, you know, then that factors in as a big amount of our level of hotness, right? And that's just, it's always been like that. You know, it's why people are attracted to people that look not just healthy, but look, you know, like, yeah, they can do stuff, right? Because that's hardwired into us. So fitness has always been sexualized to a degree, and I mean, like, you go way, 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 way back. I mean, look at like Greek statues. Everyone was naked in the statues, and they were all buff. You know, this, it might not have been sexualized in the same way, but it was still very much a representation of that, you know, that thing, that basic primal thing. And you know, like, one of his points is that, you know, he thinks that fitness shouldn't be about sexualization. That I agree with, you know, but you know, is the sexualization of the fitness industry and all that, is it going too far, and is it, you know, hurting our image and so on and so forth, and hurting the people that we're supposed to be helping? No, it's not. It really isn't. Because at the end of the day, right, if you're one of them people that you see what other people are doing and you think that's how to do it, right, then, you know, you're just a sheep, really. And, you know, for some people, also the fitness industry is about sexualization, right? But for other people, it's not. And, like, for example, PTS, right? We've got no mirrors, you know, we don't do naked before and after photos for a very good reason, right, which is exactly that. I don't want people coming in with false expectations, but I also don't want people to be made to feel that they're going to be exploited in that way. Or, you know, like, if people want to flash their physique, then whatever, right? But if the rest of the fitness industry, every single other inch of it went sexualized, I wouldn't care, honestly. I wouldn't change my approach, and, you know, my approach is what it is, and the people that train here like that, right? And if you want a sexualized approach to fitness, then you can go and find it very easily, right? And body power is a big example of that. But it's still an interesting, you know, concept. But I think, you know, unless people suddenly feel the need that they need to compete in ever smaller pieces of clothing, you know. Like, you know, a big thing about the CrossFit thing that we joke about is, like, you know, every woman's got to be in hot pants and all the men have got to take their clothes off, and, you know, you go to a CrossFit gym in winter and they haven't got any heating and all the guys are topless and catching pneumonia, and it's just like, okay, whatever. But yeah, you know, the whole thing is just like, look, if that's what you want, then there's an avenue for that. And if you don't want that, there's avenues for that as well. So I don't see it as a problem, because how can you get rid of something that is so genetically woven into us? You know what I mean? Come on now, if it wasn't for sex, none of us would be around, let's be honest, right? So we're always going to think about fucking, we're always going to be fucking relating everything to sex, it's just the way it is. And fitness is kind of like, well, you know, that person over there, they're fit as fuck, you know, and all that sort of stuff. There you go. So how are you going to separate it? You're not. So, you know, you're going to have the crowd that literally want fitness to be porn, right? And then you've got the crowd that want to fucking train their asses off, you know, and probably, you know, feel happy about the fact that, you know, they have a, you know, a hot body, but they don't need to, you know, wear a thong and all that. Yeah. But hey, so yeah, interesting question, but, you know, I don't see it as an issue, because it's always been there. And how do you cure something that's, A, is it actually a problem, and B, you know, it's a part of human nature, isn't it? So, you know, I say whatever, you know, if you want to do that in your corner or whatever, and I'll do my thing, yeah, and it'll be all good. But yeah, interesting. Go check out John Burke. He swears in his videos like I do. Yeah, and he's very popular. Yeah. So all you people who don't like my swearing, you can fuck off. Yeah, see? Right, laters.